Claims of a backdoor power grab are being shut down from the top. But in Negeri Sembilan, Umno backs the state government while its own reps push back. And a water-themed festival is raising eyebrows amid government's cost-cutting moves. All that and more coming up. Umno is trying to walk a very fine line in Negeri Sembilan. It's backing its own reps, but also the government they just shook. In a statement last night, Umno struck a careful tone. It acknowledged BN Assembly persons who withdrew support from Menteri Besar Aminuddin Harun. But at the same time, the party reaffirmed support for the coalition government. The party is also seeking talks with Pakatan Harapan. This follows an agreement that disputes must go through a consultative committee. The statement came after UMNO's political bureau met in Kuala Lumpur last night. Top leaders were present. This includes Deputy President Muhammad Hassan and State Chief Jalaluddin alias. Both are among 14 BN Assembly persons who pulled support on Monday. They cited Aminuddin's handling of a royal crisis. Despite losing BN support, Aminuddin still has the ruler's backing and now leads a minority government. BN had earlier planned to take over with Pakatan National support. But for now, that plan appears to be off the table. Claims of a backdoor government change are now being shut down from the top. DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke says UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has rejected any move to form a new state government. The matter was reportedly raised during a cabinet meeting.
Maksudnya Presiden UMNO juga tidak bersetuju untuk penubuhan kerajaan baru ataupun tebuk atap. Okay? Jadi maksudnya kerajaan sedia ada ini kekal. Kerajaan perpaduan di Negeri Sembilan ini kekal.
The alleged move involves claims that 14 UMNO assemblymen had withdrawn support for Menteri Besar Aminuddin Harun. Loke, who is also the Chennai assemblyman, said UMNO's State Political Bureau has echoed Zahid's position backing the unity government. He added that while there may be concerns over confidence in certain individuals, maintaining stability remains the main priority. On claims linking a federal minister to the 14 Adun movement, Loke declined to comment further. Instead, he urged the media to seek clarification directly from those involved, widely understood to include Defense Minister Muhammad Hassan, the Rantau assemblyman. The Negeri Sembilan political standoff is far from over. Despite UMNO backing the unity government, tensions remain unresolved. An UMNO assemblyman speaking anonymously to Malaysia Kini confirmed the crisis continues and said the issue will be discussed in unity government meetings. He said the BN assemblyman's loss of confidence in the Menteri Besar remains unchanged. Earlier, UMNO leadership appeared to take a cautious approach, balancing between its assemblymen in Negeri Sembilan and the ruling coalition government. Although seen as a safe move, a statement issued by UMNO last night suggests the party will not push for a snap state election, at least for now. The 14 assemblymen had earlier withdrawn support after tensions involving state's royal institutions. State UMNO Chief Jalaluddin alias said the decision was unanimous. A source also told Malaysia Kini that Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has obtained an explanation from Jalaluddin regarding the crisis. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. What happens when coalition partners start turning on each other? Tensions are rising within the unity government over the Negeri Sembilan crisis. And now DEPSI and UMNO youth are openly clashing. DEPSI has called on Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to sack UMNO Deputy President Muhammad Hassan. In a statement, it claimed Muhammad was linked to moves that could destabilize the federal government. It describes such actions as a betrayal of the unity government's principles. DEPSI also urged Pakatan Harapan to review its cooperation with Barisan Nasional, questioned whether the alliance still reflects stability and integrity. This comes amid the ongoing Negeri Sembilan political crisis. UMNO leaders were previously linked to efforts to shift power in the state. Meanwhile, UMNO Youth Chief Dr. Akmal Saleh fired back in a Facebook post. Akmal challenged the PM to sack not just Tokmat, but all UMNO ministers and deputies. The fallout comes after BN withdrew support from the Menteri Besar, triggering a political standoff. While the government talks about saving costs, a water-themed festival is raising eyebrows. Umno Youth Chief Dr. Ahmad Zahid has criticized the Rain Rave Water Music Festival 2026, questioning why it is proceeding despite government cost-cutting measures. He noted all ministry open houses were previously cancelled under austerity efforts. He argued the same standard is not applied to this festival. The event, which will feature local and international acts, is set for 30th April to 2nd May under the Tourism Ministry's calendar. In a social media post, Ahmad went further, calling the proposal the most foolish ever made, urging the Prime Minister to remove the Tourism Minister. He linked his concerns to timing, citing ongoing water conservation efforts that includes cloud seeding operations. He described the decision as contradictory to the government's push for fiscal discipline, urging the Prime Minister to review the approval of the event. He has also called on the Tourism Ministry to clarify its position and sought views from religious authorities on the festival's concept. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. What happens when governments cut spending while costs keep rising? A proposed 10 billion ringgit cut under Budget 2026 is raising alarms over growth and healthcare. But critics, including former Minister Lim Guan Eng, warned the move could hit both the economy and public services. Lim warned this could undermine Malaysia's projected GDP growth of 4 to 5%. He also said it could hurt essential services like healthcare. In a statement, Lim argued the cuts won't fix a 43.4 billion ringgit shortfall. Instead, he suggested emergency loans that must be tabled in Parliament and call for stronger support for businesses. Yesterday, Ministry of Finance has issued new guidelines. Ministries are told to prioritize spending amid rising subsidy costs. Free Malaysia Today reported that 10 billion ringgit could be saved through budget cuts. Separately, Warisan's Dr. Istefan Koh warned of healthcare risks, pointing to a severe doctor shortage in Sabah. The state faces a shortfall of 4,526 doctors, and its doctor-to population ratio stands at about 1 to 775. Koh said cutting funds now could strain the system further. A total of 22 vessels carrying 186 humanitarian activists from the Global Sumut Flotilla 2.0 were intercepted by Israeli forces earlier today. 6 of the ships involved 10 Malaysians, including veteran journalist and activist Zainal Rashid Ahmad, along with others across multiple vessels. According to Sumut Nusantara Command Center Director General Sani Arabi Abdul Alim Arabi, the flotilla was approached aggressively in international waters near Crete, Greece. He said Israeli forces fired warning shots, disrupted communications, and deployed drones, despite the flotilla operating within legal maritime zones. Sani also claimed audio and visual evidence indicates Israel used a false narrative to justify the interception. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.